Alright everybody, some of you might remember that I recently made a video talking about the DVD content creator TotalGranny, where I explained that she struck down my video criticizing her. Well, Evil Grandma has struck down that video too, meaning TotalGranny has now removed both of my videos talking about her in order to silence my criticism. Obviously, this is due to me revealing that she's not actually a grandma, but instead just pretending to be one. Now again, just like with my first video, the reason for the takedown came down to me using this picture, which I will now censor going forward, even though she again publicly retweeted this exact image onto her brand Twitter account. It is not private in the slightest, as I have never shared private information about Granny in any of my videos. So I talked about the second takedown briefly on my community tab, but just for everyone that hasn't seen it, I have now filed an appeal against her false strikes, and if YouTube sides with me, I can hopefully get both of my videos back up, because this is literally just system abuse at its finest. Now, archives of both of my videos are still available at this moment, one on Queeman's channel and one on March Babies. I have both of them linked in my community post if anyone still hasn't seen this. But in any way, this just means that I'll have to focus on resolving her fraudulent strikes before I can return to posting regular content. Let's just hope I don't actually have to go to court over this, because there's literally not a single argument anyone can bring up to justify or defend these false strikes. Everyone who knows about this situation agrees that her behavior is awful, but the issue here is that not enough people are aware that this is even happening, because Granny is well connected within the community and she has a lot of massive content creator friends that just aren't willing to call her out for some reason. Now, I will say this, a lot of people know me for my content regarding SpooknJukes. He's one of the most interesting people in the DVD space, because, and I've said this multiple times, I think he operates in an interesting gray area where he sometimes creates horrible slop videos with no effort, but also occasionally drops some amazing content I can genuinely get behind. Like in some of his situations, I feel like he's 100% in the right, while in others he's definitely wrong. And I do enjoy someone that's like unpredictable like him, so I do fancy talking about his shenanigans from time to time. But something you might not know is that usually whenever I referenced him in one of my videos, he reached out to me, whether that be per YouTube comments or in my Twitter DMs or on Discord. Usually whenever I talked about him, he reached out to tackle my criticism, even back when I only had 80 subs. And you can definitely perceive this as him getting overly defensive, but I honestly appreciated it because it's rare that someone reaches out to actively discuss my videos. But that makes it even more disappointing that SpooknJukes is now just ignoring all of my attempts to reach out to him and to get him to talk about the situation or get me into contact with Granny, because Granny blocked me everywhere, but she remains good friends with SpooknJukes. They frequently collaborate on each other's channels, they're also well acquainted on Twitter, but despite me reaching out to Spooks privately about this and my Twitter thread having gained decent traction after accounts, some of them even being known by SpooknJukes, retweeted it, but he still decided to just ghost me and not talk about the situation, despite him being the guy everyone goes to with these types of abusive controversies. Like whenever something like this happens, Spooks is the first person to call it out and raise awareness, because if someone like Void Todos did this, he would probably immediately call him out, rightfully so. But now that one of his friends is doing it, he doesn't even bother responding to me, despite having time to argue with me over one of his controversies in an hour-long call just weeks earlier. So it's just strange to me that he doesn't have time to respond to me or ask his so-called friend why she's falsely striking down my videos. Like, I'm not saying he has to make a video about it, of course it's his choice. I'm just saying that it disappoints me that it currently looks like he chooses to stay silent on this. Of course, you can also say he's just busy and he hasn't seen my messages, of course, but you know, judging by how big the situation has become, I feel like he definitely should have at least realized that this is going on by now. But nevertheless, I don't want to be a downer forever, so despite the controversy, I decided to cook something up for the 2k sub special, because the drama did push my channel to over 2k subs, which I am heavily grateful for. Thank you to everyone who subscribed and continues to support me against this obviously evil, fake grandma, instead of staying complicit by choosing to remain silent. I appreciate you all so much, everyone who retweeted the thread, everyone who reacted to some pieces of content I put out, everyone who made their own videos. I appreciate you all, and I dedicated my recent free time to cooking up a little Discord server for the community as a sub special to pay you guys back. So we got a bunch of interesting channels, make sure to join if you want to stay up to date on everything regarding the situation and much more. Link in the description, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully with the announcement that Granny decided to take back her strikes.